Now, still within the confines of the education sector, 2,000 tutors are set to be employed to the technical vocational education training institutions in the next financial year, following the allocation of 4.6 billion shillings in the budget by the government. Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogo says part of the funds will also be used to modernize the institutions that are expected to churn our learners whose skills meet the current job market as the country shifts to industrialization.
With TVET institutions gearing up to mark 100 years of existence in July, education stakeholders gathered at Cabinet National Polytechnic as part of preparations to mark the milestones of the institution. It's here that Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogo acknowledged the role played by TVETs in realization of the country industrialization agenda for economic growth.
So we are celebrating the success. There are people who have been able to qualify out of TVET institutions, and the number of them are big entrepreneurs. Apart from the formal employment that they have been able to get, the people who are now driving the economy of this country in the informal sector and the other sectors are actually those who have been able to graduate from the TVET institutions.
Machogo revealed to boost the operations of TVETs, the government has allocated more than 4 billion shillings in the next financial year towards equipping and upgrading the institutions as well as employment of tutors.
The government increased the budget for TVET by 4.6 billion. The government has catered for the TVET subsector. We have sufficient funds, including for employing an additional 2,000 teachers.
He further said TVETs are expected to promote skill development, create employment opportunities, and facilitate the transition to a digital, green, and inclusive economy in line with UNESCO's strategy for TVET.
We are encouraging the young people that they should be able to take advantage of the opportunities and the capacity that we have in our TTI institutions. Indeed, if you look at the numbers that are supposed to join TTI and the vocational training centers, we are talking of 700,000 people.
And so for us to have now a centralized database of qualifications awarding institutions and their qualifications, it is really a milestone. And so as we celebrate TVET at 100 and the TVET institutions and the milestones that have been done and have been achieved, we also appreciate that now we have centralized database of TVET qualifications.
This as Kenya National Qualifications Authority Director General and Chief Executive Officer Dr. Alex Kande held the milestones realized in investments in TVETs over the years to respond to the changing market needs.
And what we're saying is that we are ready to say that these are credible, globally competitive qualifications. We're saying that these are qualifications that our youths, our graduates will go out there with them and they will compete competitively with other graduates from other countries because our curriculum are globally benchmarked, not just nationally but also with other expectations from across worldwide.
The meeting provided a platform for development partners to understand the government's plans and priorities for TVETs and identify areas of partnership and collaboration.